Okay.
No shin pads, lighter gloves.
For the first fight,
So these are safety features.
Fundamental differences, yeah.
Graham and Ritrosky.
Makes sense. Makes sense.
Blue one, I'm sorry.
Now let me
First
ask
we
you,
need Graham.
the amateur kids, they need the extra protection,
Blue
the
corner,
shin
Graham,
pads and
cage
such?
side.
When they train, most people don't wear that much protection.
Okay.
So I personally don't believe so. I believe that they could do 3 minutes.
Okay.
Extend the round. I mean, it's hard to get set up in 2 minutes.
But you think the
And
2-minute round is safety?
I think the 2-minute round is cardio.
Cardio.
More cardio than it is safety.
Okay. Okay. Interesting. Because, you know, when you're tired in any sport, you're going to get exposed. It's that simple.
Yeah.
Makes a lot of sense. Now, yourself, being a former wrestler, you prefer the fight to be on the ground?
I really don't care. I actually like to stand and bang.
You like to bang
Yeah,
them too. You like to use your fists. The sport has evolved. It's amazing. I was sharing with you before we got on the air of just how the sport has changed from years ago. When I first watched it, you would fight 3 times in one night. So sometimes the strikers were susceptible to hand injuries, then they couldn't continue.
That was also before gloves were mandatory.
Right, yes. A big difference today. We're looking forward to these amateur bouts. 2-minute rounds. Now, what kind of shape do you have to be in, Dan? Share with the audience. Let's say you were training for a fight of 3 2-minute rounds. What would your training be like, say, the week or 2 leading up?
Well, you always want to do one more round and 1 more minute than what you're actually going to fight.
So you would train 3-minute rounds if the fight were 2.
4 3-minute rounds is what you want to be. You want to have good cardio for those 4 3-minute rounds.
Makes a lot of sense.
And then you know that you'll be good for 3 2s.
Makes a lot of sense.
But
now, maybe share with the audience the cumulative effect of being kicked in the outside of the leg, being kicked in the inside. You know, a lot of people don't realize just how painful that can be. I do see these guys have the shin pads that they'll be pulling up. They do have them on.
Yeah. Well, the more they beat on the leg, the more it hurts. The main thing is, the more you kick the leg, the harder it is for wrestlers to take shots.
Okay. Zachariah Ritrosky is in the light blue. He's in the light blue trunks with the black pads. Waiting for his opponent, I believe it's going to be Tristan Graham. These guys are around 160. Very solid. These guys are all put together. They look like you. They always look like they're 20 pounds heavier because they have muscles.
Yes, sir.
You don't see anybody in here, you know.
Well, ain't a lot of people cut weight, so
well,
right now they probably are 10 pounds heavier.
Yeah, walk around weight is much different than their fight weight. Now, when would they have weighed them, Dan?
Well, I don't know why Pennsylvania does this, but Pennsylvania weighs amateurs in day of.
Day of. Well, that prevents
normally
some of
professionals are day before.
Oh, I bet
it
12,
should all
13
be day
pounds.
before. Yeah, because I mean, if you cut 10 pounds,
right,
that only gives you 6 hours to recover. And
what would you normally need? What would you normally need?
About a day. They normally weigh in the day before a fight. Get a good 24 hours to get all the water back in your muscles.
What would you be, Danny? Let's say, for example, you were fighting here at 160. I weighed you in yesterday. What would you come in the ring at, 170, 172?
I think it's relative. I fight 185, and I walk around at 200.
2-minute rounds.
3 2-minute rounds here.
Corner, weighing in at 158 1/2 pounds from Erie, Pennsylvania, from the Non-Stop MMA Fight Club, Tristan, the Graham Cracker Graham.
Tristan Graham in here in the red trunks. Our lovely ring girl just went through. That was Christy Brankel.
He weighed in at 160 pounds from Kittanning, Pennsylvania, the Wick City Boxing Club, Zach Ritrosky.
Now, they've been given instructions previous to this. They know what they're allowed to do and such.
Yeah, they have a rules briefing about 30 minutes before the fight start with the referee and the athletic commissioner.
Interesting. Seemed like Graham wanted to touch him up. Ritrosky did not.
Yeah. Sometimes you got to make sure they want to touch up beforehand so you don't get punched in the face.
That's right, too. I believe that. Here we go.
There we go.
Okay, it looks like Graham wants to be on the ground, huh, Dan?
Yeah.
He definitely wanted this fight on the ground.
Yeah. The problem for a lot of wrestlers and being on the ground is can't punch to the head.
Exactly.
Yeah, you can tell he wrestles because he's going for a bully choke right now.
Exactly. Oh, he's got his neck. You have to watch when they get your neck.
Well, I mean,
this could be.
It's going to be hard to finish him from there. He's really going to have to sit out.
Too far on the side. He needs to be behind him more, Dan.
Yeah.
Now tell the viewers right now what they're working for right now.
Blue Trunks is trying to get back up.
Okay.
He's going for a schoolyard choke, a mounted guillotine.
Okay.
But is
he a little too far on the side for the guillotine?
It's a hard choke to finish. He just needs to abandon and move to something else. He's wasting energy.
But is he cutting his wind, though?
No, it doesn't look like it.
Okay.
The other guy doesn't look like he's suffering at all.
Okay.
That's why you can hear his corner calling for him to pull in.
Okay.
See, moving
all
back
right.
up.
I see.
See, right into the clinch. He needs to fight under hooks.
And obviously Graham wants this fight on the ground, and you think Ritrosky may not.
Yeah.
Ooh.
The other guy's not ready for his intensity.
Oh.
That was a nice take.
Now I don't know. I know that's a body slam and
a suplex.
Suplex, right.
Oh, he almost had the armbar. He needs to get his knees back in, fight for his hips.
So that's what he's trying to get.
Yeah. And he passed into side control.
Past the side guard there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Going for an armbar.
Oh, there it is. There it is.
The armbar.
I think we're about done here.
That's deep.
Yep.
Wow, I can't believe he hasn't tapped. He needs to squeeze his knees together.
Squeeze his knees together and
you see how
get a little more leverage?
The back of his palm is on his stomach. He needs his thumb in the air.
Okay.
He needs his knees higher. He's not going to be able to finish that armbar like that.
He doesn't have enough leverage.
Yeah, that's bad technique. Hips together, hips high. Because you see how his hand is flat on his stomach. He has nowhere to take the arm.
Standing him up?
Yep. I probably wouldn't have standing him up. I'd let him fight for the armbar. Oh, you know what I bet happened? I bet he accidentally kicked him in the head when he was on the ground. That's the only reason why I think
see what happened and why they stopped.
Blood?
It's got a little cut, little blood. I mean
that's not enough to stop the fight.
No.
It had to have been an illegal hit.
No, the round was over.
Oh, no bell?
No bell. We missed the bell. Javelin Holland, our ring girl for round 2, doing a fine job here. Former student of mine, I might add.
Really?
Making me feel older than I am already. Did you remember me, Coach? I said, oh, my goodness, I'm getting old.
It's weird seeing one of your students.
It really is. Yeah, it is. That's the other thing, too. I said, oh, my goodness. Hey, now let me ask you, that first round, complete control for Graham. If you were scoring
I'd give it to Graham.
Oh, definitely.
Intensity, ring control.
He was the aggressor for
sure. The takedowns, the strikes.
What's he need to do? Just
and
work.
You can see just by his posture, he's timid going into this round. Blue shorts over here.
Well, if I had my arm bent back like that, I might be timid too.
Yeah, I feel you.
But I mean, if down the road he were more proficient, that fight would have ended.
Yeah.
Because he had the arm.
Yeah, if he would have been able to finish that armbar.
Okay.
Yep. 1-2 right to the takedown. The other guy, he needs to keep his distance if he doesn't want to get taken.
Yeah, that wrestling background is so important, isn't it?
There you go. Take the arm. Take the arm. Oh, wow.
Goodness.
I didn't know that was legal in amateur. Get back up. Turn into him. There you go.
Now, he's got to have to keep him at a distance if he doesn't want to go to the ground. Is that correct, Ritrosky?
Yep.
He's getting too close, and he's getting
Graham's
taken down.
fighting for the legs. See how he keeps driving in. He needs to keep his range.
Okay, so the punches have some
power.
power.
There you go. Right. Punch, takedown.
Okay, there
That's all he's going to do this whole fight. That takes the wind out of you.
Yeah, I would think.
That takes the wind out of you. Now, you generally see wrestlers dominate the amateur division a lot more.
Well, you can see why.
Yeah, once you get to the professionals, though, it starts to.
Okay, even out with the jiu-jitsu and the guys that can really strike, use their knees.
Yep. You see how Blue Shorts is mainly staying flat. He's not really working his hips in.
Right. Graham much more aggressive. Looks like he has a little more experience. Would you agree from just what we've seen in a couple minutes?
He needs to start attacking arms. There you go. Now what he's going for right now is an arm bar. He needs to get that leg over his head and secure the arm better.
Okay.
But he's telegraphing his moves, which is why he's so easily defended. See, abandon the triangle, attack the arm bar. See how his hand is inside his legs right now? It's going to make it really hard to finish that triangle.
Okay, so he can't get him from there. He needs to get his hand outside.
He doesn't need his ankles locked. He needs his left foot to lock in the crook of his knee if he's going to get a good tight triangle and right out.
The right back on top.
10 seconds.
Right. Graham looks like the more experienced wrestler by a lot.
Far.
Yeah,
by
I
far.
would agree with that.
That round's over.
One more round, 3 2-minute rounds. Would you have given both rounds to Graham if you were scoring the fight?
That was a little bit closer, but I'd still give it to Graham just by takedowns and dominance. But I call this, so it's going to be Graham, 3rd round decision. I don't see it ending next round.
Yeah. That's our ring girl, Stacy Myers. She's from Canton, Ohio, all the way here to do that. Haven't seen those high-top Converses in a while. It's been a few years. Back in my playing days,
yeah.
They haven't worn those in a long time. Now, what are you seeing here, Danny? Experience is a factor if you were guessing just from looking at these two guys. Big wrestling background for Graham and some experience.
Oh, yeah. He's doing a good job of setting up his punches to his takedowns.
Okay, but I mean, as far as MMA experience and jiu-jitsu and such, he needs work on his submissions.
Yeah.
And that would be what he would do. He would go in the gym and just work on his submissions.
Yeah.
Last round here is Ritrosky in the light and Graham in the red.
1-2 takedown.
Right down, 2 punches and right underneath him in the takedown. That wrestling background is strong.
He's doing a much better job of getting his hips in.
Okay. Now, what would Graham be working for right now?
Right now, he's trying to pass side control.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
He's trying to pass his legs, move up into side control, and maybe pound him a little bit, wear him down.
All right.
There you go.
You have to be in excellent condition to do this, so my goodness.
There you go.
There's a, wrist lock?
Armbar attempt.
Okay.
He just, when he hits it, he needs to hit it. He's being lazy. Just passed over in the mount.
He passed him. Now, what if you're Ritrosky? Now, what do you have to do? You don't want to give him your back for sure, right?
He just passed out into half guard.
Okay.
Now he needs to either sweep him or pass the rest of the way through and replace his guard. Ultimately, he wants to stand up. He does not want to be on the ground with this guy, and they just stood him up.
But the thing about it is, as soon as that happens, Graham is so proficient at throwing his hands and just taking them, just like he did again.
And he's not even sprawling. He needs to sprawl whenever he goes for a takedown.
I understand. I know exactly what you mean. Keeps him.
He's just getting right under his hips.
Exactly.
Crowd's calling for knees.
Now you're saying in the amateurs the knees are not.
Yeah,
but that's from standing position.
Armbar attempt.
Okay.
You see how loose his legs are? He needs to keep everything tight if he's going to finish those arm bars.
Not enough leverage for
let's just
create that pain needed to make him submit or actually snap.
That stuff just comes with time. 10 seconds.
Those knees to the kidney, I don't imagine, feel real good.
No, probably not.
Not after 6 minutes of fighting.
Yeah, if I had to guess, I'd say unanimous decision.
Yeah, I would concur. He just seemed like a little more experienced.
Sportsmanlike conduct. Right
yeah,
there.
and how about the wrestling background was obvious.
That's what made him win the fight.
Exactly. So if you were he needs to work on his striking and his jiu-jitsu and his submissions.
Well,
he's already a pretty good wrestler.
If he doesn't want to be a striker, then he doesn't really need to worry about it as much. He just needs to become a better wrestler.
But as he gets in with better people, they're not going to let him have his legs so easy, correct?
Yeah.
I mean, he got his legs at will. He would throw a 1-2 and just get under him.
Yep. And, I mean, he didn't even sprawl, so just wasn't ready for that good of a wrestler, I guess.
Well, the wrestlers say, they, in my mind, that they have every advantage here. That because of the, knowing how to get somebody on the ground. I mean, that's so important, as you say, if you're not a knockout puncher.
Yeah.
Very interesting. I'm anxious to see the decision. I would be shocked if it weren't what you said.
Yeah.
Waiting for the decision. Should be any second now. How many judges, Dan?
3.
3?
Three judges.
Shouldn't be a tie, no way.
No.
You have to give a winner like a 10-9 or whatever.
Scores this fight 30-27.
30-27.
Judge 2 scores at 30-27. And judge number 3 scores at 30-27.
Unanimous
For your winner,
for Graham.
fighting out of the red corner, Zach Ritrosky.
Good decision all the way, Dan. You would agree 100%. Now let me ask you something, Dan. Since they mentioned it was 10-9, 10-9, 10-9, what would give somebody the impetus to make it 10-8? What would have to happen for you to give a guy a 10-8? Stephen didn't ring the bell there.
Better show, I think.